Thomas here with Much Props, going to give you another how-to video. Today I am building something from a recent movie that I just watched. My good buddy Ben Eady worked on the set of the movie's Ghostbusters, and I was super pumped to be able to go to the local theater in my town and watch this new movie. As a big Ghostbusters fan throughout the years, I've always enjoyed some of the things that they bring to the table with sci-fi and all that awesome nostalgia feel, and this movie did not disappoint. It was right along with those old school Ghostbuster movies, and I thought, why not make something from the film? I've seen a lot of guys already make a couple of things, and one thing that they haven't really touched was little marshmallow guys. So I thought maybe I'd make a couple of those real quick and just kind of carve them out of some foam and have some fun with it. So today we are making some Stay Puft Marshmallow Men from the new Ghostbusters movie. Let's get to building. My wife and I went to see Ghostbusters Afterlife recently, and when these little guys popped on the screen, I leaned over to her and said, this has got to be the next build, for sure. The original Ghostbusters released on my birthday, June 8th, 1984. I was approximately 1 year old at the time and probably didn't go to the theater, but I've had a love for this series ever since I can remember. I loved watching the cartoon growing up as a kid, and this film really hit all those nostalgic points for me. Definitely you should go see it if you haven't. So I found a few reference images online and got to work. I pulled out some scrap foam from my scrap bin and just kind of free form eyeballed the whole entire build. While carving foam, make sure to work in a well-ventilated area and wear a respirator. You don't want to breathe in these tiny little particles. Not good for the lungs, and it messes up my sinuses real bad if I don't wear a respirator. I'll be like snotting black gritty boogers for a few days after if I don't wear my mask, so definitely wear it. Protect yourself. I don't know how helpful this is going to be to see it in bits and pieces, but I basically do the same thing for each little shape. So the body I carved and sanded it out. I draw some reference areas to go off of, cut away the bulk, then kind of sand it back to the shape I want, then draw on any fine details I need to sand in. Once everything is locked in, I switch over to a stone bit and smooth all the surfaces over. For his little sailor hat, I just used 2 different sized dowel scraps that I had. I rounded over some edges to get close to the cap on my reference image and glue it into place. I think I'll use
foam for the ribbon as well, but I'm gonna wait till the very end to glue that on top so I don't have to worry about like painting around it or any of that stuff. And I think I got some red foam anyway, so it'll be perfect. He has some cute little hands that I draw onto some 10mm EVA foam here. I think the scrap piece that I'm using here is actually from a companion cube that I built in a video a few years ago from the video game Portal. You cut the basic shape of the 4-fingered hand and then sand in the details. I made a mask a while back also that was like a zombie hands covering my mouth mask that was my actual hand size. Same basic concept, just on a much smaller scale. I'm sure if you haven't said it out loud yet, you're probably thinking it on the inside. He could just make this out of marshmallows, graham cracker, and chocolate. It would be so much easier. You're right. It probably tastes a lot better too than the foam, but probably won't be as durable. I decided to make this graham cracker. It's pretty simple. It's just a rectangle with perforated lines in the middle and some holes. I use various bits to rough out the textures and then a wood burner to gouge out some holes in the crackers themselves. Definitely wear a respirator for this. Also, you don't want to breathe the fumes in from melting foam. That's really bad. Work in a ventilated area too if you can. You may also notice that I use different types of foam. The black because of the thickness, the 6mm What foam here because it's rigid and will mimic the cracker. And then I'm going to use some HD foam here in a minute to make the fake chocolate, which I'll need to be able to bend and kind of lay over the laying down marshmallow guy. No fake s'mores would be complete without a fake piece of Hershey's bar chocolate on top of it. I cut a base of 10mm HD foam to then glue the little pips on. Yeah, that's what those little sections are called. To make my pips, I use more scrap pieces of 10mm foam and cut 45-degree angles on all the edges. Then I just glue that on top. To make the recesses that are on the top where the little Hershey's like word is engraved in, I just simply cut out a piece of 4mm 4mm foam to glue on the top. It was pretty simple construction, but pretty tedious work for my giant hands. You could do the smart thing and write your words on ahead of time and have it all spaced out nice and neat, but I'm impatient and I just freehanded it as I went. To get the spacing close, I made the first letter and the last letter and then just filled in the rest. I think my rationale was, well, if I mess up at this point, I can just blast it with a blowtorch and say that it is melting chocolate or something on the top. No big deal. After a quick seal from my heat gun, everything gets 2 coats of Plasti Dip. Once I sprayed my Stay Puft guys white, little was left to do on them really. I hand painted the tiny blue strips on their hats and then painted the inside of their mouth black. I got done and felt like, man, I really do a lot of painting here, so I decided that I was going to kind of make it look a little cartoony and do almost a like cell shading where you put like black lines around certain areas. It makes all the little details kind of stand out a bit more and it gives that cartoony-ish look. I realize that it's not how it looks in the movie, but I don't always make things to be accurate. I make things for fun. I enjoy the process more than the end result. For the graham cracker, I did a little dry brushing with some acrylic paint, started with the dark brown Plaid Effects acrylic and worked my way up to the lighter colors. The last couple of layers get a little bit of yellow mixed in, and then the very last gets a little bit of white added to it. This all helps to bring out the texture that I carved earlier. As for the chocolate, I caked that stuff on thick, trying to get drippage anywhere I could to make it look like the chocolate was melting. To match my cartoony lines on my Stay Puft guys, I randomly added Sharpie lines to the edges and details of the chocolate and the graham cracker. To finish it all off, I glued little strips of red foam on the top of their hats and then super glued the s'more boy together. I like how it looks like he's kind of nestling up into a warm cozy blanket for a nap. Total work time for this whole build, not including drying time for paint, was probably like 4 or 5 hours tops. And it was all made from foam scraps that I had in my bin, little pieces that I put back from other builds so I didn't waste any.
And we are finished. Here is the end result. Overall, not too bad. I spent about an hour, hour and a half on each of these. This one took a little longer because of the extra pieces, but it really wasn't too bad of a build. Something you could tackle in maybe like half a day or something. I kind of went with the like cartoonish cell shading. I thought it kind of gave a nice little touch to it. It obviously isn't how it is in the movie, but you know, make it however you want to. I thought it was super cool, and to be able to like just go and watch something that I know somebody who actually helped build parts of was super cool. So definitely go check out the new Ghostbusters if you haven't already, and maybe you'll find something in it that you want to build also. Maybe you'll try and make one of these yourselves and impress your friends with your ability to turn little puffy marshmallow guys into something super awesome that you can put on your shelf and then just kind of stare at and go, ha, that's cute. Yeah. Maybe you'll get some...
Yay!
And inevitably, they're going to ask you, how'd you make that? You can give them one of these. Tell them, much props. Like, I guess I'm going to go ahead and announce this for those of you who stuck along till the end. I might be making a full Ghostbuster cosplay when I get done with the current cosplay that I'm working on. Yeah. You wanna s'more? You want some s'more? Here you go. Have some s'more.
If you enjoy what I do here on YouTube and want to continue to see builds like this one, please consider joining these awesome people listed here with me over on Patreon to build a bigger, better, more creative community together.